Good morning, y'all. I'ma just say what everybody thinking, but really scared to say. What the fuck was Jay-Z talking about last night?
Nah, Jay Epstein lost his mind. Like, what is he talking about? This went way over my head, bro. Like, what does this mean?
The leprechauns have magically run out of brains. Your son on the federal jail line must say something about having too much in his drink.
This dude put Tory Lanez in jail, is in the Epstein shit, and is pushing 60 years old on a stage doing slam poetry. Like, brother, we don't get it. Anyone under 30 years old, we don't understand it. Anyone over 30 years old is, I don't know what the fuck they on. Because, like, what is this, bro?
And then I got another video, and then we're going to come back for commentary.
Straight to bed right after this. Y'all really gonna defend this? Y'all really gonna tell me this is dope? This man is 56. Get your old ass back inside your house. Go take care of your kids. Go take care of your wife. Don't be out here playing these games, bruh. You know the Iceman about to come at you. This is what y'all defending. Y'all defending this old man. Y'all defending it because of nostalgia. Y'all not defending it because it's good. If you actually go listen to what he said, it's trash. Why you still beefing with Dame Dash? Bro, go sit down. Stop trying to be relevant. Go sit down, bro. You're 56. You're old. He's so trash, bro. Like, you can't even relate to this. He's 56. Acting like he broke. The man is a billionaire. The man is a billionaire. Drake said it. He a middleman. He played for both sides. Okay? He act like he for y'all, but he over there collecting that white man check. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. He an old man. The man is 56. The man is 56. Think about that for a second. Just think about that for a second. Like,
My bad. We going to continue.
And let me tell you this too. Everybody who's a real street nigga that seen what Jay-Z just did, the image he just tried to portray, the reason we not respecting it, because how could you be a billionaire? You get on stage and try to play gangster. Meanwhile, we know nothing is going to come of nothing that you're saying. Instead of just being a rich nigga, handling things how a rich nigga. That's why I believe Dame. That's why I believe everything this nigga Dame said. Because you ain't even handling shit like how a rich nigga would handle it, man. All of this getting on stage and trying to pretend to be gangster and bro, nigga, and then guess what? Now you trying to inspire niggas who don't know better to try to also keep playing gangster, bro. Like, that playing gangster shit is over. The real gangsters know, like, that gangster playing gangster shit. Why are you even trying to create this image? You know what I'm saying? Tighten the fuck up, man. You know better. And y'all should feel disrespected that this nigga Jay-Z would even rap some shit like this. Listen. In his words, still nigga. None of that shit don't matter because look at his community. He starts rapping about bullshit like he always does. You want to know why he rapping about bullshit? Because he don't got nothing to talk about. This is how he thinks he can relate to you. He throw an afro on, all black, put this gangster ideology bullshit on. This nigga ain't you. Hov, we see through all that already. The third eye is open, man. Your time is coming to an end too, just like everybody else.
And so another real quick, real fast. That shit whole drop last night was straight trash. And I ain't calling him out because of the shot, you know, or the blackballing he did to my niece back in the days. They ain't got nothing to do with the price of tea in China. What I'm saying is Jay-Z came out last night, or they posted it last night. He was at a Roots picnic. And the context of what he was talking about has not changed. It has not elevated to the idiom of today. It has not, you know, switched its way in its style. He still sound the same. Truthfully speaking, he sound like he came out speaking spoken word. And ain't nothing wrong with spoken word, but that's not the idiom today. This is not the trending way of rapping today. So again, man, listen, man, time might be up. Not because you almost 60, but because what you talking about, we already heard already. It's go time.
Yo, so we back in here for another edition of F-ya-Motha, and that was a montage of a bunch of idiots and outsiders of the culture that just are clueless because they lack intelligence right now. First guy, white dude, he don't know. He's used to, like I said, white people and outsiders of other racial backgrounds, typically non-black people and white folks, they have the shittiest tapes in hip hop, right? If it ain't some bounce your ass, get high, the beat sounds dope, or a nigga rapping real fast like Migos and ain't saying shit, they just don't vibe with it, right? Then the second dude, he just kept repeating that Jay-Z's 56. Bro, I think Jay-Z knows how old he fucking is, right? Now, me personally, like I said in the previous videos, I don't want to listen to older rappers past the age of 40 rap because it's an immature origin style of music, right? What I mean is it was birthed and born from people that were in their teens and early 20s talking about struggles of being in the inner cities, right? Fighting the power. But at the end of the day, it gradually morphed into like glamorizing money, cars, and clothes and hoes, this young people shit, immature shit. It hasn't ever, like, with the handful of people like Black Thought or Talib Kweli or Mos Def or Tupac or shit, that's pretty much it. They don't really rap about things that actually change the damn, I don't know why I'm drawing a blank. They don't rap about shit that changed the paradigm of people in society, right? It's never been a music that was mature. When people like Tupac was rapping about reform of the prison justice system, the injustices of black people, and Mos Def talking about how the inner city conditions of black people because of corruption of politicians, and same with Talib Kweli and Black Thought. People it didn't resonate with them until they did features with other people or they changed their style up, namely Tupac, right? And everybody criticized him from being a conscious rapper to being a thug gangster rapper when he got with Death Row. So it's never been a music art form that's been based in maturity. That's why it has a maturity date. I say 35 actually. Late 30s if you want, up until 40, but then after that it's just like, yo, you should be on to some bigger and better things, right? Or at least you should be on to some more mature things. Like I said, it's a relatively young art form. It's been around 51 years, so it doesn't leave that much room for, like, there's not a era of it, of maturity, that has just as long time frame as the immature part, right? You got from 82 to about about 82 to about 2005. You got roughly about 20 some years, right? Where music they was talking about money, cars, clothes, drug dealing, breaking the law. Like I said, there was spotted rappers. KRS-One, I meant to mention him earlier. Black Thought, Talib Kweli, Mos Def, Tupac, even Nas. I left him out. You've had spotted rappers here or there, but if you look at all them closely, like, they either did features with people that were talking about pop shit or more youth-based topic theme songs, or they just changed their whole persona throughout the years of their time frame of their career, like Tupac and Nas, right? Nas has always been a conscious rapper, but he had to like rework and rap that into like street tales and street themes. Like, unless you bought a Nas album, you wouldn't really get that. If you just listen to the singles, you would just hear like pop songs. So that's why I don't really think that rappers should go past 40, because the art form itself has not actually matured. But now maybe this might be after about 40 something years, 44 years, it's maturing. And I think Jay-Z, being as good as a rapper as he is, can actually go into his 60s and even 70s rapping, right? Because his music has always had a serious tone. Now, don't get me wrong, he's done singles like Big Pimpin'. What's the other song? Put Your Hands Up. H to the Izzo. Ain't No Nigga. Imaginary Players. He's always had songs that like resonated with the masses of people, right? Like you said, he make the singles so the cash register jingles. But if you listen to his anthology or discography of records, he's always had a seriousness to his music. So he's never really been a character like, let's say, a Redman or Eminem, right? They run their course in time, because while they do got good wordplay, they're witty, they're smart, lyrically superior and lyrically complex, they're immature, right? Nobody wants to listen to a Slim Shady at 50. And this has actually been shown when Eminem turned 50. He put out the music to murder with. Same thing with Redman. He does still, I think he dropped Muddy Waters too. But as a 52-year-old rapper, like, it doesn't resonate with the young people, and it's too immature or humorous for older people. Not me. I love Redman shit. But most rappers, if they're talking about street violence or crime or like street shit, that runs its course too, because even that has an expiration date. You can only be a thug rapper or a street rapper until you're like early 30s. After that, you sound like an old nigga and you commit crimes at 39. That don't even make sense. You haven't picked up no fucking skills where you ain't got to sell drugs or, you know what I'm saying, rob niggas. Like, that's why DMX's music didn't resonate as he got older. Because, yeah, it's cool when you're in your 20s or even early 30s, but when you're a 38-year-old rapper talking about putting a snub nose in somebody's back, or, yeah, it doesn't resonate, because people are like, yo, not only that, if you happen to hit some stardom like DMX did, people aren't buying it. Like, why the fuck would you ever be robbing niggas and being in the hood, right, or smoking drugs and shit, and you just was in a movie with Steven Seagal and Jet Li, and you know, you did all these fucking movies, and your album's gone super quadruple platinum. You're doing TV appearances. Like, what the fuck are you doing in the hood? Like, that don't even make sense. Like, unless you building some shit, it comes across as like nonsensical. So that's why none of those particular topics, street music, humorous rap, actually has a longevity, because, well, it's immature. And for the guy that said that the idiom of today, like Jay-Z's style form, like spoken word, he goes on to say that it sounds like spoken word, nothing wrong with spoken word. Well, if it wasn't nothing wrong, then why would you even use that as an example, right? And he uses the word idiom, right? An idiom is a phrase or an expression where the figurative meaning differs from the literal definition of individual words. So he was using the word out of context, right? And this is why everybody shouldn't have a fucking cell phone or should have to take a fucking small short course to actually be on social media, because they're using words out of context. Shit doesn't make sense, and they think they're smarter than what they actually are. It's like, look, if you like baseless music that doesn't edify, talk about shit, or has no meaning to it, right? Like, most of those people that were talking, with the exception of the I think the white boy and it looked like Mexican or whatever, right? Those niggas are immature. They're kind of stupid. They don't really know about life, and they're outsiders. I don't understand why people from outside of the culture got a motherfucking opinion about what hip hop is and isn't, right? Like, you don't dictate the standard. And like I said on countless videos, these niggas have the shittiest taste in hip hop music, right? So they're not the people to consort to. Them old niggas and that bitch that was at the beginning of the video, I think I played, she was talking about she didn't know what Jay-Z was talking about. These are people that they like nonsensical music, baseless music, because they're not deep as people. Like, these people are about as deep as a puddle, which is why music right now is like, rappers are putting out shit music. There's three things going on. The reason that music is shit now, namely hip hop, is because the middle-aged Jewish motherfuckers at these labels, or middle-aged black people like Q from 300, or not 300, was it QC Records, the ones that Miko was signed to, like they like putting out bullshit garbage music because, well, when it comes to black people that put out trashless music, they want to give the youth some type of opportunity, even at the detriment of them being talentless, right? And on top of all that, like, let's not get it fucked up. People like to think that the white man in the music industry or the Jewish man likes to profiteer off of young black talent. I got reason to believe it's niggas too. This is a business. It's not delegated to just the white man taking advantage of business inept black youth, right? It's some black people that take advantage of talentless inept black youth. So that's one reason why rap music is shitty, because they're putting out shitty quality music and they're basically exploiting them. Two, the kids that are making the music that are in the music industry that are getting signed, they're significantly younger, right? They're 18, 19, 17. Most of the rappers when I was coming up were at least 20, right? 20, 21, 23, 25. Most of the rappers when I grew up were actually older than I thought they were, right? The Brat, I want to say, was roughly about 24, right? So they weren't young. The Fugees, all them niggas was like 26, with the exception of Lauryn Hill. I think Lauryn Hill might have been the youngest. She might have been 19 or 20. But still, most of the rappers coming up, hell, Snoop Dogg was 20, 21, 22. They weren't like, there's a world of difference between a 19-year-old and a 22-year-old, right? Even though you might be knowledgeable of the music industry or the music business, you have more common sense because you're a little bit more mature, right? Now you might be young and immature, but there's a difference between a 24-year-old and a 19-year-old. I want to say Puff Daddy was what, 25? Who else? Hell, Biggie, had he still been alive, he'd be 54 now. He was 24. A lot of these rappers were a lot more older. They're a little bit more savvy and more intelligent. They read. A lot of these young youth, they don't read. They're kind of dumb. They can't even do cursive. So that's why we're getting sexy red music. Then 2, 3, we're in a technological age, right? They're hearing war stories from their older cousin or their uncle or their dad or older niggas in the hood telling them about shit that happened in 1997, and they're trying to, like, I don't know, I think it's they want to have a feeling of being a belonging, so they feel like they got to do street shit, and even some of them are attempting to do street shit, but this ain't 1997 or 1998, right? That street shit, you don't have to do that. They got too many camera phones. They got cameras every fucking where. Everybody's a snitch. And like Jay-Z said in 1998, the streets is watching, right? Not only the streets watching, the streets is listening. The feds is listening. They watching social media. So, like, the music nowadays, they're trying to be something that they actually aren't. They're getting exploited. With the exception of a few, like, rappers that are middle-aged, right? You got J. Cole, Kendrick. If I'm not mistaken, Kendrick Lamar is like 38. J. Cole's 41. Drake just turned 40. And what the fuck are we talking about? These niggas aren't young at all. So, you know what I'm saying? With the exception of those 3, most of the rappers are significantly younger. They're not as smart. They're not intelligent as much as my youth. People always put a post about Tupac, how he was 25, but he was so insightful. It's like, no, that was actually the base standard. When we were growing up, we actually had some type of reference of for intelligence. We actually had some respect for, like, education. Contrary to motherfuckers thinking that niggas didn't go to school. It's a lot of rappers my age or a little older. Niggas went to school, went to college. They read a plethora of books. Ask a nigga that rap now, what was the last book he read? He probably couldn't tell you because he don't read. Hell, I had a bitch tell me she don't like to read. I wrote a book. And as soon as I started selling it, I approached a chick. She had to be about 24 and asked her if she liked to read. I don't know if the bitch thought I was trying to holler at her. That wasn't my opening line. I was literally asking her because I wanted to see if I could sell her a book. And the bitch with a blank face told me she don't like to read. Anybody that utters those words in public out loud with a room full of people is an idiot. So the music is reflective of that. I can't really, like, be surprised that most of these people put out all these videos. Now, it was their opinion, right? but their opinion is rooted in stupidity. They're not the smartest, sharpest knives in the drawer, so they didn't understand what Jay-Z was saying. Even my man, I think I put it at the beginning of the video, the preface video, he didn't know what the fuck Jay-Z was talking about. It's like, bro, you're either not listening or you're fucking retarded. If you listen to the words that he was saying, it was pretty much self-explanatory. I don't know why a lot of people feel like he has to be above responding to what people are saying, right? And you got people like Nicki Minaj, Kanye West, Jaguar Wright, Oskino. Who else did he go at? Drake making his little subliminal disses, talking a little slick shit, right? I guess he got, from what I heard from Funk Flex, he got a burner account, so he sees what people be saying, and he took the liberty at the Roots Picnic event to actually address all the stupid shit that they've been saying, right? You can't expect people to just be running their mouth like a faucet and think that a nigga ain't gonna say nothing, right? This whole Jay-Z should be above that. Why? If you say some shit about me, I'm gonna respond to it, especially if I have the platform for millions of people to view it and for the shit to go viral. It's gonna damage you guys' career or damage your image, because now I have a platform that you can't readily respond. The only thing you can do is take to fucking social media, unless you're gonna cut a record, which I highly doubt anybody is, and even if they did, it wouldn't matter. So yeah, he took the platform to actually address the bullshit. Now, to my man that was saying that, oh, Jay-Z, a real gangster, he wasn't trying to be gangster. Matter of fact, if you actually closely listen to the shit he was saying, he wasn't really saying nothing that was gangster. He referenced the 2000 stabbing of Rivera because he was talking about how people saying shit don't get under his skin, but he really got under a motherfucker's skin. That was a metaphor rooted in some actual facts. He actually got under a nigga's skin with a knife. So, like, that's not saying that he was gonna stab anybody. He was just letting them know, I really get under people's skin. And for me, I thought that was a damn good, like, metaphor, if you ask me. That was clever. But most people, they don't like clever raps. They like this slapstick shit where people talk about drugs, nonsensical shit, bouncing their ass, and the men parade around as fucking effeminate manginas. So yeah, I can see why they didn't understand it and didn't like it, because most of the shit, if it wasn't aimed at them indirectly, these are the fucking losers that feel the incessant need to live vicariously through their favorite entertainers. They feel like the attack that Jay-Z was taking at all those rappers was somehow taking an attack at them. It's like, no, you're not them. You have a shitty life. And the only reason I'm responding back to it, because I know it's going to be some people in the comment section talking about, well, you're talking about it. You're talking about people. I'm a podcaster. I do commentary podcasts. This is what I do, nigga. If you check on my Instagram page, I don't actually have videos talking about this shit. But if I did, that's part of the job, right? I'm a podcaster. I talk about shit. You got random ass people talking about Jay-Z, right, with their motherfucker opinion. It's like, bro, you're not a podcaster. You're not a radio personality. You're nobody. You're Joe Schmo with a camera phone and a motherfucker opinion that's kind of stupid, right? If you ask me, that's just me. Like, that's my opinion. I think a lot of the people that responded back to Jay-Z with their camera phone are low IQ people. That's just me. I could be wrong. In any event, if you like this episode, like, comment, and subscribe. If you don't click the link, the least you can do is hit the like button if you listen to this long. In any event, I'm out.
No.